Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Faeria. We just finished a practice run, but I got my coin for the day, so I'll go ahead and start another practice mode here. This time we are once again missing blue, my favorite color, which is unfortunate. It also shows me that it is truly random and it's not like rigged so that you have a balance over many runs. Alright, so I have just not been a very big fan of yellow, I have to say. So for these cards, I don't want to commit to red-green because this thing isn't even that good most of the time. This thing I think is too slow, so it's going to be one of these two cards. I can just go in on red with Hellfire. It's a decent card, although the fact that it can hit the opponent's face does make it a lot weaker. And this guy's pretty solid, so you get Safeguard, which gives a creature protection, or Punishment, which deals 2 damage to a minion, or 5 damage if it's neutral. And it costs 0, so you kind of get your choice. I'm going to take the Royal Judge. I think it's a decent card, and it keeps me flexible. Okay, here, give a creature ranged. After it attacks, you may move it to a space. That's really cute. I don't think it's actually that good, though. And here, if I do go red-green, this is a 5/5 for 4, which is pretty solid. However, I'm going to grab Wild Growth. I think it's always good to get these cards that make more lands. And it's only 1 forest, so it's a small commitment. Okay, here I'm definitely going to go for this Battler. It's a 6/9 with Taunt, pretty big, fatty, and I don't mind being green-red. This is Deserts and Forests, which I'm not super crazy about. This thing seems really weird because you actually have to keep it next to like the thick of things. Alright, this seems decent to make a special land. It's fine. I don't like this at higher attack than life stuff. And the Famine is sometimes really, really good, but sometimes it's just totally worthless, so I don't want to go for it just when I have another good card available. So yeah, we're definitely going red-green. This thing is still, I don't really understand if it buffs their life or just heals them. I'm going to grab this to create some more mountains. I always am a fan of those cards. Alright, so here we have a really good yellow creature, actually. Flying Charge 5. It's a 5/5 flyer. It's pretty solid with Charge 5, too, but I'm not in yellow this time, so that's that. And I think I'm just going to grab Runin's Presence. This has been good for me in slower games, so let's see if it works again. Combat, deal 2 damage to your opponent. I think I'll try it. It's 3/6 for 5. It's actually pretty good stats. And here, I think I'm going to grab the Salamander, because sometimes 2 damage next to enemy creatures can finish things off and be a nice surprise. Alright. If you were attacked last turn, summon another defender. That seems very weak. The Tax Collector I've talked about before. Yeah, this is kind of a weak pack. We'll just grab a 6/5 for 6. Okay. The Thyroid Golem, I haven't really been that thrilled with. This thing I'm not a super big fan of either. I prefer the ones that are cheaper and easier to kill off than like a 1/5 for 5, which is just very awkward. This thing can be really interesting. It's a good source of burn, so if your opponent has really big creatures, you can like summon this and then deal a bunch of damage to them. But of course, you have to be in kind of a situation where like it's sort of close and you're actually racing, otherwise it's just totally wasted. Let's try a 2/5 for 4 that deals 2 damage in every fight. It's probably going to fight a couple of times. I have a little bit of that going on already, so maybe I can use that as a strategy to chip away at my opponent. Okay, what do we got here? Take an extra turn. This seems really bad because it's 10 mana, so you only get 6 mana when Pandora's up, 7 if you choose to get a mana for your turn. So you have to like basically be in a position to kill off your opponent. That being said, it's possible, and I'm not a super big fan of these other cards either. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot, see if it works. I can see it theoretically working. We'll just see if it works in actuality. All right, this thing I have not liked. I haven't been a really big fan of it. This thing I don't like. I don't like the cards that require you to cast creatures that have higher attack than life. There's just not that many of them, and I don't end up, there's like 1. Yeah, so I guess we'll take this elemental to create some more mountains. And still don't like that thing. That's yellow. Oh yeah, Colossus, that's totally fine. Nice big fatty. And although I like the Battler a lot, I think that I'm going to take the Firebomb for some more removal, which is good to get. One of these days, I'm going to have to figure out if this thing buffs health or only restores health. I'm going to grab this fortress, though. A 610 for 9 is pretty good. All right, so this is what I'm talking about here. A random friendly creature gets +2/+4, and it's so cheap and it dies easily. However, here I should probably take either this big fatty cake or the punishment for removal. Let's grab the removal. I don't like this officially. Unfortunately, there's nothing super great here. I could do this for some more chip damage. We'll try it, see if it actually works. And I've actually been pretty happy with the Seed of Paradise. The Firestorm is very good, though. But let's take the Seed, get some more special lands. Reduce the card of a random card in your hand by 2 4 times. All right, it's tempting. I do have a 5/5 for 4 here, which is pretty solid, so I'm going to just grab that. I haven't been super thrilled with the mana reduction strategy. Now, this thing I've talked about before, it's the one that people often put in front of their face and then hope to kill you with it, and it doesn't actually work out that well most of the time for them. However, that being said, it's still like a pretty decent card. I don't know if I want to go too crazy with this chip damage strategy, so we'll try it on our side and see how it works. Okay, I think going for a Tiki Healer is fine. Getting one of them in the deck is good for some healing. And here, I think I'm gonna just grab Doom Scythe. Magna's Rose is very tempting, but this you can always cast no matter what, because you get 6 mana per turn. And getting a 6/1 in its place is sometimes as good as just getting the creature, especially when you factor in having 4 extra mana to spend. These are still my 2 favorite treasures, but we'll grab the cheaper one. Destroy a friendly creature to gain Faeria equal to its life and draw a card. Interesting. So it's slight card disadvantage, but it can give you a bunch of mana. And I guess you can combo it with some creatures that I don't really have at the moment. Okay, we'll grab another one of these. So maybe I have too much special land now, I don't know. But we'll see. Alright, let's grab this for a little bit of buffing. And should I get a second healer? Let's try this out for science once and for all and see if it actually buffs their health. I do have a decent number of combat creatures. There's that guy that has a combat thing. There's that guy. I guess actually, I don't really have that many combat creatures. Maybe I should try taking some more. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab another Firebomb. And this time I will take the Hermit for some buffage. Alright, I didn't actually get to play with this guy last time, but he does have a combat ability and he is good, so let's take it this time. Do I want to take another one? I do like this guy getting mana in combat, so we'll take that instead of getting the bigger buffer. Okay, I already took one of these. I don't need to take another one. I guess we'll take another one of these brutes, load up on combat creatures, and get that chip damage going. Your Krog has 7 less. I unfortunately don't have Krog. I will take this. This creature's actually been fine. I'm not opposed to it, but I like more buffs. More buffs is usually good. And perfect. I did get a lot of cards that give special lands, so I'm happy to take that Colossus. Okay, transform a creature that attacked a god this turn into a 10/10 Sky Swallower with flying. I actually have not even seen that before. That is very interesting. So if you can get like a crappy little creature to attack your opponent's god, then you can make it into a 10/10. It's dicey. I mean, it's so dicey because you actually sometimes, like in that last game I played in the end of my last video, like you just can't attack your opponent's god. I'd rather have this, which can maybe help me deal more damage to a god in the first place. Although, as I've talked about before, I'm actually not a big fan of that treasure. As you've seen now in several games, giving a creature +4/+4 feels much better than it ends up being in practice a lot of the time, especially because other treasures can just outright destroy that creature or take command of it. Okay, so in this game, I got a fair number of things that give me fancy lands. So Wild Growth gives me a forest. This can give me anything. We got, I wonder why it's not sorted. There's like no way to sort this. I think something makes a mountain. Yeah, and I have a couple of those green-red cards that can make a land of your choice. Alrighty, what's going on here? My first, second, I'm first. Alright, well, I think it's a bit early for this thing, and it's a bit early for that, so we'll keep the Wild Growth, of course. I can make that on turn 1. And then on turn 2, maybe I can play this guy and make a mountain. Seems legit. So yeah, we'll make a forest. Go for some Wild Growth. Alright, I ended up getting an aggressively placed forest, which I'm not sure I'm super thrilled about. I don't really have an aggressive hand. I'm not going to be able to cast this next turn. Death Touch. Okay. That kind of stops any aggressive plans I might have had anyways. Alright, should I go towards this or away from it? Let's go away from it. Let's make a fire elemental here. But I will place the land aggressively to make my opponent sweat it a little bit. Take advantage of my random Earthcraft here. So I'm curious what my opponent will do. If he places land, specialized land, to get a well, which he did, I can actually, you know... Ooh, that's unfortunate. I can actually play some prairies pretty aggressively here. And kind of put my opponent to the test a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's go ahead and place a couple of prairies. I can always turn these into forests or mountains later. I do fall behind in my specialized land count, but because I played a card that granted a forest and a creature that granted a mountain, I'm not actually behind in the total number of lands. And the Steamforged Enforcer, which I can summon next to my opponent's face, does not care what land it is summoned on. So this is, you know, just pressuring my opponent a bit. He is getting a mana advantage against me because this thing's collecting mana and I have nothing collecting mana, but I do have the better land placement at the moment, and that's what I'm hoping will help me out. Oh, unfortunately, he's got a good creature here, so he's making a mountain there. Oh, wow, that is really greedy. He's going to try to be getting 2 mana per turn. Very interesting. Okay, so unfortunately, this doesn't line up well against a 5/2, which kind of sucks. And he, of course, blocked me from being able to get an aggressive land, but this is fine, I think. So what I'm going to do here is make a forest here. And I hate to firebomb this because it's just a 1/1, but it is threatening to gain 2 mana per turn. And I hate the 6/5 lines up so poorly versus that 5/2. I could firebomb the 5/2, I guess, and just let him have the extra mana. But I feel like mana is his big limiting factor. I am going to play this, which is a little bit risky, because at the moment, of course, if he kills it, I end up wasting the buff. But I feel like it's worth putting that down now, so I can start to get it into position as I play another creature. I'm only going to have 3 mana next turn, so I'm kind of in top deck mode. Yeah, this didn't work out well. Maybe I should have... Well, I couldn't have put it here, because he could have just killed it and wasted the buff with his 5/2. That 5/2 ended up being so perfect for him. It gave him the mountain, it stopped me from playing a 6/5. And he still has a mana advantage against me, because he's going to be collecting 2 mana the following turn, whereas I'm not collecting any extra mana. Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty far behind here, just because of mana, and I don't really have any advantages to compensate for it at the moment. Alright, there's a Tiki Healer, which is really one of the worst creatures I could have possibly drawn, because it doesn't actually give me a useful buff. I am going to, I suppose... Oh, man. I hate doing this, but I'm going to actually just get a mana and kill his 4/3 with a Firebomb. Feels bad, man, but I need to do that to stop him from just getting 2 mana every turn. He still has a massive mana advantage. He's going to have 9 versus my 3, which I'm not super thrilled about, but I feel like sometimes you just have to go for it. All right, so he's just going to keep on making the threat. Oh, God, that thing is pretty strong. Okay, so now I guess let's get back to work making my specialized lands. Let's make a forest. And then next turn, I could maybe put down this Enforcer and try to trade against this 5/6. If he doesn't have any buffs for it. God, this mana advantage that he established is such a pain. Oh my God, this is just the worst thing. Alright, so none of these are neutral. I could kill this elemental, I guess, with punishment, but that's all I'm doing. This game just never got off on the right foot. Alright, so I guess here's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to block off his land chain here. Summon a Steamforged Enforcer on it, and then sacrifice this 1/1 to give my thing a buff. To technically survive against a 7/6. He's got all the mana in the universe, and You can get an extra mana. Yeah, this didn't work out well. My aggressive strategy this time just didn't work out because I didn't have the right creatures to summon, and he got a 5/2 against my 6/5 that I had in my hand, and that just screwed me up big time. Oh, we're going to find out. But this thing doesn't have a combat ability, so we didn't find out anything. Okay. Okay, so I can't really play anything in front of this. So whenever it attacks and destroys a creature, it gains its attack and life. Okay. Yeah. It's bad. It's a bad situation. There's really just no way around it. This thing is just sort of awful right now. It doesn't do me any good whatsoever. This thing can trade with a 5/2, and I can't even summon it this turn anyways. God, this is so awful. How did this get so awful? I just don't understand. All right, let's make another forest here to protect myself from him moving in and making a land next to my face. I guess I'm going to cast Punishment to stop him from getting mana over there, and then my turn. I'm basically just waiting for Pandora to come because that will start giving me 6 mana per turn and make up for some of the mana gap. Yeah, if you don't get any like creatures harvesting mana, then like in the mid game, all of a sudden all these like 5 mana creatures that didn't seem to be such a big problem when the game started are huge liabilities, and I just can't cast any of them. Meanwhile, my opponent has 10 mana. Alright, that's actually not the scariest thing. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, finally we got the final shard. Thank the merciful mavens. Okay, so I get a treasure, which is the most useless thing possible. I suppose this doesn't seem that good because it'll just die. I could give this thing +2/+0, so make it a 4 or 5/5, which still doesn't quite trade with Mr. Seifer over here. So alright, we're taking a mana. I'll cast this. Let's make a mountain, I guess. So I have a forest there. Let's put a mountain next to him as well. And let's make a Tiki healer next to this 5/6. What? Don't creatures summon this turn? Oh, creature summoned on it this turn. Whoops, that's not what I thought it said. I thought it said creature summoned this turn. Oh, Lord. Okay, so he doesn't get to kill it just yet, but he's going to kill it the next turn. And if he has any kind of a buff... That's pretty good. So he's now going to kill it and swallow its attack powers. Nice. Well, maybe I'll get my Doom Scythe and I can kill that thing. Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that. All right, well, it's happening. It is his turn. He does have massive mana advantage against me. And card advantage, might I add. So no real options here. We're Doom Scything it. This is one case where maybe the Magda's Rose... Well, no, if it had been Magda's Rose, I wouldn't have been able to cast it because it would have been too expensive. So I'm definitely happy with my choice of Doom Scythe over the Rose. So he's got card advantage and mana advantage against me. It doesn't mean I can't win, but it does mean it's going to be difficult. Maybe if I can get a couple of combats off with this boss, I can make up some of the mana deficit. Alright, he's drawing a card, so we get a treasure. Alright. Oh, the hammer! And he's going straight to the face with it, too. Wow. Alrighty. Well, it's time. What is this? Production, deal 2 damage. I guess there's no reason to summon it right on it. Let's put it here. Actually, let's put it in the middle. That seems smarter. I have some flexibility over what to it. What the hell? This is deserts? Oh my god, I thought it was mountains and forests for some reason. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus H. Crackerjack Christ. Alright, that happened. I don't really want to put this on the mountain there. I actually would have liked to summon this elemental right on this mountain, because I'm just... Oh god, this would have been a perfect place for it, too. God darn it, why am I so bad at this game? Alright, so let's do this. And let's make a mountain. Make a mountain... here, I suppose. So I can move in with his 5/2, maybe kill his 5 taunt thing. And his 3/3 will probably kill my 6/1 and draw him a card. He drew the hammer again. Oh my god. Oh, that hammer. Just non-stop laugh riot it is. Oh, the ogre battler. Ouch. That's a problem. Alright, we got one of these guys. And no really good mountain to put it on either. Also, no mana to put it anywhere. Alright, well, let's do first things first. So we're going to do this and kill the 5/5. This thing is stuck. I don't really see much of a reason to attack it. But if I put the... No. If I do this, I can attack it for 7, and it'll have 1 health left over. I guess I could do it to trade. But I'm actually just going to put this underground boss there and collect a mana. And just try to get some pressure going. Alright, so he inches closer. He could have actually moved back. Which actually makes sense, though. It does make sense that he would be aggressive, because I am almost dead. Oh my god, that was so good. Oh, geez, that was way too good for words. Ouch. So he's threatening to hit me for 8. Then once he draws that hammer again, he'll kill me. This thing doesn't kill him in 2 turns. It takes 3. Okay. Well, suppose we're going to play this in front of him. Let's get a free safeguard. And I'm going to just cast it on this to block this 8/8 from getting into me too easily. Then we just got to do this. There's no other option at this point. And I'm going to go face. It's risky, but I got to put some pressure on. And now if I can only cast this ocarina, then I'll just win. But I will unfortunately I'll be 1 mana off from casting it. Oh, and it also dealt, he's gonna kill my thing. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Yeah, everything's terrible. Everything is just awful and terrible, and he also got my protection off. Oh, geez, this isn't good. Okay. So I could take an extra turn after this one. That doesn't do me any good, though. I could play this Colossus. But the problem is... Oh, I'm just dead. Hold on, what am I talking about? I'm dead. This thing's going to come in and attack me. I have nothing to block this thing from coming in with. So I have to draw a card. Got an Ogre Battler. That's actually okay. Alright, well, we'll put that... do I want to put it in front? That's very risky. Yeah, we're doing it this way. I'm going to put it here so I'm closer to his face. And we're going to put Guidance on it so that it kills this in 1 hit. And I mean, I don't know how with a full hand of cards he's going to not win this, but we're still cruising along. Still trying to do it. Swallow a creature! No! Okay. Man, I started off in Pandora just rocking it. Like, off camera, I played 4 runs and I got to 3 times. And lost once, and then ever since I started recording, it's been more bad. Maybe there's like a hidden matchmaker in this that gives you harder opponents, and maybe I just had like easier opponents when I began playing, but darn. So once again, I lose the first game, which means I have to battle back. I did manage to battle back to 2 wins last time, so it was a respectable practice run, but not the ideal that one might have hoped for. Alright, at least we're finding opponents quickly here. We're up against Roomba. Wise players rarely use the Wisdom card. Yes, that is a bad card. It's a 3 mana draw too, which is not very good in this game. Why is it in the game, though? Alright, I'm going to keep this Brute. That seems solid. It is a little bit anti-synergistic because I have this Wild Growth, but I'm just not going to use the Wild Growth at first. It's fine. I'll make a mountain. And we'll kind of head over towards one of these wells. I don't think I want to go... Well, I could try to be aggressive with it. I could like make 2 prairies and then a mountain and then summon it here. But a 3/6 isn't that hard to deal with. The game when I did that successfully, I did it with a 7/7, which I think is a big difference between that and a 3/6. So I'm just going to cast this close to home. I don't need to put my whole game on the line. And yeah, we'll just drop that there. Perfect. And I guess I'm going to find out, actually, if this... Because this thing has a combat ability, so I'm going to find out if this also buffs its health or just heals it. Interesting. So I can actually kill it this turn. If I kill it this turn, that means I'm not going to get mana. But I think it's worth it to stop him from getting mana and to stop him from having that creature. So here we go. Let's do it for science. Aha! It does actually do a buff. That makes it a really strong card. It's effectively +3/+3 for 3 mana in red, which is not what you typically think of as a creature buffing color. So I'm doing pretty well. I got an advantage on advanced lands. I obviously have a creature on the board, and he doesn't. This is some mana that he spent to put something down that's pretty crappy, honestly. So I'm actually pretty happy with how this is all going. What I'm going to do is make sure I'm collecting as much mana as possible, because I've lost more than one game to mana issues. Let's put another forest down here, even though it's a little... Wait a minute, hold on. What I could do is I could try to, like, play prairies. But there's no really aggressive place to put the prairies. So yeah, I'm going to make a forest here, move my thing there to collect mana. And I don't see a reason to do this now, so we'll just pass the turn here. And unfortunately, next turn... Oh, no. I can collect mana for my turn, and I can actually play this Walking Fortress. Okay, this is annoying, because I can buff this thing's health to survive the attack, but it will not kill it. Unless I do this and Firebomb, which is an interesting option. I could also just cast a mana and play this Fortress, but the Fortress doesn't have Taunt, so it's not quite as enticing as it might have been otherwise. So yeah, let's do this. I'm going to put a mountain here. Give this thing bonus health and taunt. Move over this way, attack it. And then I'm going to finish it off with a firebomb. So what I'm trying to do here is start collecting two mana per turn with a single creature. A tactic I've seen effectively used against me in the past. Alright, so it looks like he's going to trade with my 6/2. Finally. And yes, I don't get to stop this from happening. I also can't move and make an aggressive land, so that actually worked out pretty darn well for him. I got this thing, which kind of sucks, that I waste the ability and it doesn't have that good of a body. But, yep, let's go ahead and kill it. Make the trade happen. And I dealt 6 damage to him with that, so that's pretty good. I think I'm going to play a forest here. Try to get over to this other well. And I'm going to look to summon this Walking Fortress. Probably here, actually. So then the following turn I can go up, get an extra mana, and start playing aggressive lands in his area. Okay, this is actually good. He spent most of his mana to buff that thing, which I don't care about. And it does kind of suck that there's a 1/1 in the way of my fortress. Ooh, okay. I think now is a good time to put this boulder thrower here. That seems pretty darn legit. I mean, I could put it here to stop him from getting mana. And here, it would also stop him from coming up to get mana that way. But no, let's go for it. Do I want to play a land or get mana? I don't know. I don't have any good places to put aggressive lands. So I'm just going to collect mana, because mana is pretty important. And I could actually punishment this 1/1 that basically spends 3 mana to rob him of 2 mana. And I'm actually willing to do that, because by doing this, I make it less likely for him to be able to cast something really significant. So he's got some aggressive lands. He can threaten this creature pretty soon. He can summon a creature right there and threaten my 3/5, which is exactly what he's going to do. But the good news is this thing only hits for 3, so it'll take a couple of hits before it kills my guy. Alright, that thing is not super great at the moment. However, it can start gathering mana for me. And do I want to place a land to stop him from getting in with his lands? That's the question. I think maybe that would be nice. Let's put a mountain there to stop any shenanigans and pass the turn. So he does have a decent-sized hand of cards. If he's got that card that I had, the Gift of Steel, he can actually kill this in one shot. Let's see if he attacks. If he attacks, it's a good sign, because it means he's not killing my guy this turn. Alright, he did not attack. And unfortunately, I can't quite get this Battler M2 mana off. This thing still seems like a big waste. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attack. Well, if I attack now, then this thing can jump in and kill it. And then he still has this thing to start bashing my face with, which is interesting, to say the least. Do I want to cast this? No, I want to be able to just cast the Ogre Battler next turn. Okay. So I can cast the Battler on one of these two mountains. And it sucks to be casting it defensively, but it allows me to at least stop this threat. And the 9 health is good because it actually survives against both of these creatures. He made a pretty smart move. He stopped me from moving my creature and making an aggressive land there, so I will just keep collecting mana. I've lost more than one game now to just a bad mana disadvantage, so I'm happy to get mana when I can. This does mean that I'm not going to be able to summon any creatures next to him this game. He's got lands that are closer to me than I have to him, but that's just his advantage, for my advantage being the fact that I have a big mana lead. So let's go ahead and drop this big fatto there. And I'm just happy to keep taking mana, honestly. I could even make a mountain anyways. Is it worth it to trade 5-2 for 5-2? I'd be pretty happy with that, actually, because it does let me get a little bit more of a forward land presence. And I don't mind trading the 5-2 for 5-2. It basically gives an extra 5 health in my Battler. Alright, so this kind of sucks that we opened up Pandora, though the game had been going on for a while, so it's not that surprising. And this guy's actually been doing some work. I kind of drafted him sort of unenthusiastically, but this chip damage is definitely making a difference. So having him out of the way over here is pretty good. Alright, there's the Colossus, of course. Stopping all of that from being too much of a party. Alright, how do we do this? Well, one definite move. Actually, is this a definite move? Let me think. I can cast the Secret of Strength on this, make it a 10-13. Still can't quite kill that, unfortunately. Yeah, it just trades in 2 hits. But what I could maybe do, he's at 9 frickin' health here, is I could try to angle it so that I surprise him with this charge and kill him. Now, charge 3 won't quite get me there right now. But if I were to, like, cast it and just fly it in... No, that's too risky. He's going to have 9 mana. He can do some stuff that's annoying. Alright, so what I'm going to do then is play it safe. I'm going to go here and just kill this creature, dealing an extra damage to him from this Bloodsinger. If I cast it on this, it'll be at 8 health. I could charge up this way. Oh, yeah, I blocked this spot, so I can't actually charge this way. So yeah, I can't get away from this Colossus, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do, I think, is just pass the turn. Yeah, I don't really see much of a reason. Actually, hang on a minute. No. I was thinking of summoning this salamander there. No, here we go. I'm going to try this. So my strategy here is, if I cast Secret of Strength on this thing, I'll hit him for 6 and be right up in his face. And he might not see it coming. So maybe instead of casting Secret of Strength on my Ogre Battler, I'll cast it on this dumb Dinkosaurus Rex here. And try to see if I can get some good damage on him. Yeah, so you summoned a very forward creature. So now I cast Secret of Strength, fly up, and hit him. Tragically, I'm not killing him, which is unfortunate. But, yeah, it could have been worse. So let's do this. I'm going to cast a Salamander here just to do a little bit of chip damage to these guys. And in fact, I can actually trade my Battler for the 7-5. I'm going to do that, I think. It's just one less creature that he has. And now he has to deal with the 6-10 in front of his face. I don't think I have any burn cards. I'm not a big fan of those, like, cheap gift guys that deal 2 damage to the opponent. But I did a lot of chip damage to him over the course of this game. There's that one combat creature that attacked, like, 3 times. And then this guy over here that did damage whenever an enemy creature died. Alright, interesting choice. He must be moving that back, I guess, to taunt my creature, right? Okay, that was weird. I think my opponent messed up. He summoned his taunt in the wrong spot. He actually maybe could have made it if he had put it in the right spot, because it would have frozen my guy in place, and then he could have got his Primeval Colossus up and traded with it. So yeah, a bit of a weird mistake by my opponent there, but I will happily take it, so I'm 1-1. And at this point, there will be a maximum of 2 more games. I guess what's the maximum games you could play in general? 4, right? You can never play more than 4 games. That's 3 wins and 1 loss. Yeah, 4 is the most. You either play 2 if you lose twice, so 2 is the minimum, and 4 is the maximum. So nice little bite-sized bit of Pandora action, and it's all totally free. You just get 1 free run every day. Mighty Milan. Yeah, I'm starting to get some deeper understanding of strategy. Getting that mana advantage is huge because the game rewards you for drafting big cards, which in turn rewards you for getting more mana. All right, well here I think I'm going to keep both of these guys because what I can do is on the second turn play the Fire Elemental to make an extra mountain, and then after that play this guy, which is pretty darn handy in the previous game. It definitely helped that I got that Gift of Steel for it, I guess. But yeah, so let's put a mountain out. Oh, I messed up. Sorry, guys. I should have put a forest here. I should have put a forest here and then made a mountain there. Because now what's happening is I am summoning this and making another mountain, but I really wish I could have had a forest down at some point to be able to play some of my green cards. Well, I got Gift of Steel. Now that I know that this is a buff, that actually makes this card ridiculous. It's a +3/+3 card for 3 mana, which is so good. And there's lots of these combat abilities floating out there. I might even make this a forward thing since I know I've got Gift of Steel to back it up. Like make another mountain. Then I'm a little bit heavy on mountains, and I really wish I had made this a forest, but gotta make the best decisions with what you have. And I think that making a mountain here and summoning this guy in a rather forward position could be really good. Well, let's see what he plays. I mean, there are things that he could summon that hit for 5 or harder, which would completely put everything that I've just daydreamed about to rest. If he does put a big fatty down, then this guy might be a better option, and that would also let me make a forest. So he is headed my way. He's not going off his own way, unfortunately. There's the Explorer. So now he can play something pretty big. He can play like an Ogre Battler, for instance. Which is the 6/8 taunt, 8 mana red guy. Just a Queen's Assassin. Well, that's annoying, because I don't really want to fight him with this Grim Guard. So what I'll do is collect my mana, get ready to trade with this Assassin, perhaps, and I'm going to make a forest over here. I'm not in any rush to put down a 6/5, because this thing will just trade with it. Let's make a Wild Growth to catch up on forests. Not the ideal spot, but I'll take it. And I'm just going to pass. I can summon this thing, but it won't be able to collect mana next turn anyway, so I might as well just like be flexible with my mana and see what I get. This was not the best location. It doesn't protect my stuff. It doesn't give me any forward advances. Like even here would have just been so much better. At the end of the day, this thing only costs 4 mana, so as good as the upside potential is, I could just make a mountain here and just park it next to a well and be pretty satisfied. Okay. Is he going to put something here to stop me from trading with this Queen's Assassin? No. Okay. Well, in that case, we have a pretty clear path here. Let's go ahead and play that guy. And I'm going to trade. This, I think, maybe is not worth playing just yet. I'll wait and see. I might end up wanting to put it on this Enforcer to make a 6/9 taunt, for instance. He did get more land, and he does have more mana than me. I'm going to have 9 mana next turn. I mean, I do have an extra creature out, so it's kind of a... Ooh, okay. Whenever your opponent summons a creature, deal a damage to this golem. All right, well, Gift of Steel is going to be pretty good. Interesting that he went face with that. Frickin' deserts, man. I really wanted this to be the mountain guy. All right, well, my path here I think is pretty clear. I'm going to make a forest up here. Move forward. Cast MVP Gift of Steel. And although it only survives with 1 health, it does survive. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't even kill it. Oh my god, I'm terrible at this game. All right, I'm a little bit lucky that I have this guy to summon, because that will deal a damage to this golem. But I really needed to actually make sure that that thing died, otherwise it was sort of stupid of me to play that way. Yeah, had he dealt a damage to this, instead of pinging my face, he would have been in much better shape. So he has 4 cards and 7 mana. I am going to have 3 cards and 4 mana. So it's anyone's game. He's actually got 8 mana, realistically, because he can move this. So it's anyone's game. I do have a bigger creature out. I can kill his 2/2. I have much more land developed than he does. I have 2 different colors developed. Although, of course, if he has good red cards, it doesn't matter what my mana development is. And I'm also threatening to make it a forward land here, which is what he's trying to block at this moment. God, Gift of Steel is so good. I am going to have to start drafting that card more aggressively in the future. Because there are a bunch of different combat ability creatures. There's like a neutral series that give you mana or draw cards. There's like the red ones, which it's a red card. The Gift of Steel is a red card, so does it? Can I still show you what it is? No, unfortunately. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's the 3 mana that gives a creature +3/+3 if it has a combat ability. Interesting, he didn't actually stop me from making an aggressive land here. Does he have a taunt that he's going to play on this spot? Is this a ranged creature coming down? He's all over the place, it seems. Ooh, he ran out of time. He didn't even move this creature to get mana. Flying Taunt can be summoned anywhere. Ah, it doesn't actually attack. That was a pretty good move, though. It stopped me from being able to collect mana from this spot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put a forest down here. So the idea is that I can summon this hermit here to collect mana from both wells. And I will just get a free kill on this and deal 2 damage to him, which I'm totally fine with. And that's it for my turn. So let's see if he can finish this off. He does have much more mana now. He's got 10 mana and 4 cards. I am going to have 5 mana and 3 cards. I have the board lead, so it's anyone's game at this point. But I might be able to start collecting double mana. I don't need to place a land here this turn because I can just collect this mana with my Enforcer unless he summons a creature here. And I'm also threatening to put a land here, and I'm threatening to put a land there. All my areas are blocked off unless he actually gets a physical creature on one of these locations, which seems difficult to do. He's going to block both spots with prairies. All right, that's good play. I think, I'm hoping that it holds him back by preventing him from developing more deserts, now that I know that he's a dual-color deck. And I've got one more ace up my sleeve. If he moves this 2/2 forward to try to trade with my 4/5/1, I can give it bonus health and taunt. Interesting. All right. Well, let's collect some mana. I think I will do this just to make it harder for him to kill my guy. And I think I will play a mountain here so that my little 1/1 can start doing double duty. Should I play this? I mean, I could try to play 2 deserts, basically. Just 2 trash deserts to give this thing +2/+2. But I think a good option now is better than the best option later. Wait a minute, hold on. How much mana am I going to have next turn? If I do 1, +3 is 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all right. I'll still be able to cast this Colossus next turn. That's what's really important to me. So once again, I'm threatening to make 2 aggressive lands near him. He does a bunch of mana, but that's just mana that he's saved up from not doing anything for multiple turns. I'm actually generating way more mana. All right. I'm glad I gave this thing bonus health. All right, a lot of this went on my face. Why did this gain 5 health? Oh, right, because that little 1/1 died and buffed it. Right, so a bunch of shots went on my face. 4 shots of the 9 went on my face, which was very lucky because there were 5 targets. And he didn't finish this off, and he killed my little 1/1, which buffed this thing when it died. So that was pretty sweet. He had 13 mana at the beginning. He spent a whole bunch of it. 7 of it. And it didn't really do much, except buff one of my creatures. So yeah, I'm still threatening to place aggressive lands near his face. I've still got this Colossus ready to go. 1 plus 5 is 6. I placed a land into 7. Ooh, he placed a desert. Is he going to be able to block me from getting close? Aha. So he did that to stop me from putting a land there. Smart move. Okay. Well, I still get to make a pretty good move here. I can go like this. And I'm going to just collect mana here. Yeah, this seems solid. Minimum cost is 6. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and drop a forest there. And a 7/14 in front of your face. There we go. Alright, so now he does have card advantage and mana advantage, but I have a 7/14. And we still haven't opened up Pandora, which means that I'm still collecting mana from my wells. And I'm just about to I'm actually threatening lethal, because this thing will deal 2 damage to him when it attacks him. And 7 plus 7 is 14. Now, he can probably stop that, at least in the short term, because, you know, he can just put a creature in both spots and I can't do it. Or actually, a creature in any one of these spots will stop me from being able to kill him. But I know he hasn't gotten any treasures yet, which is good for me, because it means that he can't take over my stuff or kill my stuff. And there's still this little hole here that he has to worry about. Now, he only allowed me to place 1 land within 2 spaces of his hub. So this Ogre Battler, unfortunately, is not going to be very aggressively placed when it drops. Unless he's crazy enough to let me put a land there. All right, so he went for a Bold Bargainer. I'm going to Bloodfire Wisp. What is this? When an enemy creature dies? Well, that's not going to happen. Okay, cool. So I think what I'm going to do here is just this sort of obvious move. I'm going to go ahead and kill that thing off. Get the combat damage. Move my Colossus in. He amazingly actually let me put a land there. And that's it for me. So next turn I can actually summon an Ogre Battler right there. Unless he blocks it with a creature. But the problem is any creature he puts here, my Colossus can probably just kill it. And then I can put the Battler down anyway. Alright, he drew an extra card, so he's going to get a treasure, which is unfortunate, because now he's going to get the extra mana, and he can cast Doom Scythe on my Colossus if that was one of his 3 treasures, and if that's the one that he drew, so still not necessarily likely that that's happening. But if he does get that, he gets a 6/1 here, and that's pretty darn solid. I got the stupid Secret of Strength. Maybe I should have taken that 0 mana card that, like, heals the opponent and gives him gives him mana and cards, because if you can just kill your opponent thanks to the creature that you destroyed, it doesn't matter that he's getting cards and mana. Combat, draw a Gift of Steel. Oh my god, that is such a good card. Seriously? Oh, I see. So if there are none, you shuffle 1 in. If there isn't, okay, I see. So by itself, it's not that good, because it only draws you a Gift of Steel every other time. Alright, so he healed up. Luckily, interesting, he chose not to destroy a creature with 5 attack or less. Ooh, that's interesting. Can I just kill him, though? I got, what, 14, 16? I'm actually going to do lethal. So we do that, and then we hit him for 7, and it also deals 2 in combat. So those combat abilities, man, it turned on the Gift of Steel, did a bunch of damage to the opponent, and won me my second game. So, will I once again poop out at 2-1? That's what we're about to find out. I don't know if it's just these games or me playing the game more, but this is also way quicker than my earlier Pandora videos. It hasn't even been an hour, and I'm about to start my 3rd game, so I don't even have to do this in multiple parts. Which, you know, might throw some of you who were using timestamps to try to guess how the run went. So, what are my thoughts so far, strategy-wise? I have to say, of the strategies I've tried, buffing seems really good, because there's just not that much removal in this game. The mana reduction stuff is kind of iffy, and yellow I'm still not a fan of. Alright, well, I'm going to keep that, because he's been pretty good. This thing, obviously not. And this, I can play it on turn 2. I will have, what, 6 mana? It's not enough to play this and this at the same time. But I could actually choose mana as my... Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I might get a better creature with it. This actually is better. These are very similar, but different. It's a 3/6 for 5. This is a 2/5 for 4. And that's actually a pretty big difference because... I can actually summon this next turn with the Path to Paradise without having to collect mana. So I make a mountain here. I cast this, then I play this thing, and this is a 4/5, as opposed to a 3/6. Now I can get a 5/6 instead of a 4/5 by choosing mana for my turn, which, I don't know, maybe is worth thinking about. Interesting, it's quite aggressive here. Okay, well, I guess we'll go in this direction then to face this threat head on. Oh, right, I can't choose a mana for the turn because I have to place the mountain. Right, okay, so let's do the Path to Paradise. We have to make a mountain. All right. Am I willing to give up a mana in order to try to kill this creature sooner? No, I don't think so. I think you need your damn mana in this game. It's very important. So I'm just going to end the turn. And he can move in and get mana, but he knows that if he does, I'm going to put a land here and kill him. So he has to have an answer to that. Yeah, see how he's passively moving back? Now he also is aggressively moving forward, which is smart on his part. Okay. So I have a couple different options at this point. One is I can make a land here and try to go for the sort of get lands twice, or get mana twice with the same creature thing that has been kind of successful. The other option is I can just make a forward land and try to threaten this wood elemental. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit passive to not do that. So since I have mana parity with him, I think I'm gonna just go for that plan. So we're gonna make a forest here, move up, and yes, I will make a Seat of Paradise. Let's make a forest. Dash on over. And I mean, I guess he could kill this. This thing's pretty fragile. But if he doesn't kill it, the next turn I fly over here and make a forest out in the middle. Oh, but what if he makes two prairies? If he makes two prairies like this, then I'd have to kill it over here. And it's not as good. And then I have to spend my turn making a land to block him from getting in. Ah, okay, he made a specialized land there, which is good to block me, which I'm very happy with, because he's not doing weird crap over here to screw me over. And that thing! Oh, that's pretty good! You know what I need? I need a Gift of Steel that would be perfect right now. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Didn't get my Gift of Steel. I could draw a card and fish for it, but that seems very foolish. Let's go over here, make him a land. And think about what to do. Oh, God. So I can just go back and harvest mana. That seems fine. Let's do that. And I guess I'm gonna go forward from here and summon this brute over here. So I've got Firebomb to finish this off if the 7/7 does go attack my 4/5. Unless, of course, he buffs its health, but he might not do that. So, and he also has to contend with the fact that I might, you know, push in with lands aggressively on this side. That was a pretty smart play. So by using prairies, he's threatening to make a land right near my face. Does he have a good neutral creature to summon? Give a friendly creature charge 3. Oh, he does. So he's going to actually kill this guy. Oh, man, that was a really good play. Crap. So I'm in pretty bad shape now. Alright, well, I'm going to do what I can. So I'm obviously going to Firebomb the 7/4. That seems obvious. I'm going to go over here and try to... Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I am going to just move up here. I'm going to collect mana and just punishment this thing. So there is a significant cost by collecting mana. I am letting him make an aggressive land near me, but I figured it was worth it to be able to kill off that creature and be able to move this thing forward and not have to take it back to deal with this creature. So I'm again threatening to kill this elemental and stop him from getting mana over there. I don't know. Maybe I made a mistake. I mean, he is getting to make an aggressive land here and still summon a creature back here or near my face. Interesting. So he's going to save this thing and start whacking my face. Okay. That's very logical. All right, we got a Colossus, which I have not killed a single enemy creature in combat, so it doesn't... It's not even anywhere close to being summoned. Do I go for this thing? Try to make prairies and then some inroads? No, I need to deal with this right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just collect mana again. And pass. I need to try to summon this Colossus. I'm going to be at 10 mana next turn. Man, this forest teleporter worked way better for him than for me, but I did just let him make a forest near my face. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. At this point, I am threatening to move this thing in and start getting on his face, but he will win this race because he can summon green creatures there. Yeah, he used some combat tricks really well. The charge creature was really good for him. And now this, the 5/10, killing my 4/5. Oh, good lord. Alright, well, it's happening. So I'm going to go in here and make a mountain, I guess, there. And put a 9, or put a 6/10 here. I'm going to die long before this 6/10 can kill him. So I'm not exactly sure what my game plan is. But you just gotta go what you gotta go for. He made a pretty big creature, not near my face, but over here. If he attacks, he's gonna go down to 16. If I hit him, he'll go down to 10. I'll still need 2 more hits to kill him. But, you know, you gotta go for what you got. I think the best chance I had for winning was just to put this down and pressure him and hope that he just doesn't have any answers. He had a lot of tricky cards, so maybe he's got some situational... It's possible that he has some situational cards that just don't really work very well. And as good as this golem is, it doesn't kill my 6/10. So I have some hope. Okay, that's alright. I'm fine with that. Does he have an answer? Is he going to taunt it? That would be the most useful thing in the world for him right now, other than just, you know, straight removal, is just a way to taunt that creature in place. Oh my god, he actually freaking has it. So that saves him, that basically heals him for 6, and gives him extra time to pound my face. Ah, that's awful. Oh, how frustrating. Alright, Gift of Steel is way too late. It doesn't boost this thing's health, it does boost its attack, which means it'll kill my opponent in 2 turns, but unfortunately I have to deal with this. You know what, I'm going to draw a card. I just gotta see if I can find a way to deal with that Jester. That's just the best thing I could possibly hope to find. And I got a Blazing Salamander, which is so frustrating because I don't have enough mana for it, and there's no mountain near this spot anyways. God darn it. So I have to kill that, and then my turn. If only I had something like a punishment. Alright, so if he deals 2 damage, you can kill this, because he's got 8 damage here. If he can deal 2 more damage, he'll kill this. I'm dead in a few turns to this. I really need to get to work. I need to basically kill him in 2 turns, and then even then I just barely win the game if that happens. He drew a card, which is maybe a good sign, so maybe he's fishing for some kind of an answer. Ah, he's moving down, which is a very bad sign. That means he's not concerned about this. It means he has a taunt or some way of killing me sooner than I can kill him. Which makes sense. He can summon creatures right near my face. He didn't summon anything. Very interesting. Alright, well, now I have to think very carefully. If I cast Gift of Steel this turn, I'm going to hit him for 9. And then kill him the following turn if he lets me. If I attack him now down to 10, the problem is the Gift of Steel doesn't quite kill him. He'll be at 1 health, and I don't have any way of dealing that damage. Okay, so he's threatening to kill me, I'm thinking, because that's the only thing that makes any sense. Which means that what I need to do this turn is collect a mana, Gift of Steel so that I'm threatening the 2-turn lethal. And then I'm going to firebomb this thing, because I'm hoping that that, like, stops from whatever his plan was to kill me. I don't think he would have moved everything away from something that was killing him in 3 or with any kind of buff 2 turns unless he had an answer. And given that he has tons of mana, it's likely that he does have some sort of an answer. Uh-oh, the fact that he's doing stuff over here is a really bad sign because he wouldn't be unless he was actually going to kill me. Obviously, he should if he had any way to save this, he'd be doing stuff up here. But the fact that he's playing stuff means that I'm probably dead. All right, so he's going to hit me for 5, and he needs now 3 more damage to kill me. He's got 8 mana. Plenty of things will do the damage. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that's such a good move. So now I'm 1 damage short. All right, I need... Oh my god, I would love to have that stupid +4/+4 buffing thing. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. Well, after bad-mouthing that card, it wins me the game, and I think neither of my other treasures would have. The Doom Scythe, I don't think, would have stopped enough of this shit that was happening down there to let me win. Oh my god. Well, my opponent may have made a strategic blunder. I mean, I don't know for sure, but it's possible that when he moved stuff away, he was just underestimating my ability to kill him, because it didn't take that much buffing for me to put a 2-turn clock on him. And that was a risk that I don't think he needed to take. He was in a commanding position. That was my, like, Hail Mary. And it was a Hail Mary that was just sitting there that he could, like, go deal with. So I think he might have messed up. But maybe he just had no way of dealing 10 damage. And so he thought, well, let's just, you know, do what I can since I can't kill it anyways. Anyway, that was exciting. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.